Raheem Sterling resurrecting the career. We're resurrecting the career. That's what
we're resurrecting the. I don't think anything,
listen,
mate. A defibrillator can't resurrect that career.
I'm telling you right now. Listen. We're 10 games into the league. That boy has scored 5 goals for me. Mickey Moore's got 6. Right. That front three of Lancashire, Mickey Moore, and Raheem Sterling is doing things right now that Kudus never could. I've got Solanke benched. Richarlison's in the reserves. He's handed in a transfer request. I've only been in charge for 2 months.
Oh, you're at Tottenham. Yeah, you did say you're doing what Frank couldn't do.
I'm doing what Frank couldn't do. Listen, Frank got sacked. I would have Ben Bowman waxing lyrical about me. I would have Rory Jennings calling me the next Jose Mourinho with what I'm doing on my career mode at the moment. Truly. Shout out Ben and shout out Rory.
I can picture Ben getting like a video that he's doing, being like, "This guy, he can't do anything. We need to get rid of him. We can't have Mike in charge."
He was Quill out. I mean, if Ben was Quill out, Quill out. I did break my heart.
He won't do.
Oh,
I mean, sorry, I'm starting a petition now. I mean, look, Frank. We can talk about Frank though, because my
mum's a Spurs fan. I've told you this time.
Did you think he would genuinely get sacked, Thomas Frank? Did you think that was it was going to happen?
When I was home, because I watch a lot of Spurs. So the thing is, family are all Scousers on my dad's side. Always grew up Liverpool. Always will be Liverpool through and through. 20 minutes away from Liverpool is where I grew up. I'm a Wool, but my mum is a Spurs fan. So when Liverpool weren't on TV, I would always watch Spurs. Not that I'd support them, but I'd watch them because they're on the TV. And my mother would be swearing and effing and jeffing at the TV. And so I grew up watching my mum hate every single player that played for Spurs at the same time as loving them. Steven Pienaar probably gave my mum a heart attack for a season. Now, genuinely, do you remember Steven Pienaar? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He was one of those players where he's like he's an underrated Barclaysman, Steven Pienaar. When you really want to have a conversation about Pienaar, a bang average lad who brought some moments. Pienaar had some real moments. He was like if Jermaine Pennant was Sonic, he would be Shadow. They were the same type of player in my mind. Like if they happened at the same time, they would be arch nemesis in my head when I was a kid.
Okay.
That's done. I'm going on a bit of a rant here. But the thing was, that's all right. I see how it is. No, but you know what it is? It's like when I was home, I was telling my mum about it because if you look who's been in charge, and this is obviously the pre-Ange interview, but it was still the same sentiment. You've had Ange, you've had Conte, you've had Mourinho, you've had this whole plethora of managers with different styles, different ideologies, weaving in and out of the club. No one's really been able to get it right. Ange brought a trophy home, but at the cost of
the league,
not his relationship with the board, but it was a cost of the league, and it didn't reflect well, I guess, in a sense. But at the end of the day, a trophy's a trophy. But it's now kind of left them in a position where the people almost feel so disillusioned with Spurs that they're bottom half of the league. I don't think they get pulled into a relegation battle. I really don't think that happens.
No.
But they're the phrase, they're too big a team to go down, right? I've never believed that phrase. No team is too big to go down. But I do think Spurs now are in a weird position where the identity doesn't match the team. Spurs, you always have that affinity. If they play good football, they're entertaining, they're a little bit open. I don't really feel like they've been entertaining at all this season. But they're also not a team that are resilient. They're not a team that are hard to play against. They're not a team that are great at home but poor away. They're not a counter-attacking team. They're not a pressing team. There's no identity at Spurs at the moment. And I think that's what frustrated my mum. They felt like there was no identity. Ange had an identity. Conte, Mourinho, whether you liked it, the way they played on it, they had an identity. I feel like the identity's gone at Spurs. That's probably.
Did you see Ange's thing yesterday where he was talking about, they're not a big team. They're not. I agree, and they're not, and it's because of achievements of the past, and they've gone through since. Oh God, I think Poch was probably the last real sort of stable manager. They've gone through United's spell of this one doesn't work, bring in this one, he'll get it to work. Yep. Then when that doesn't work, you bring in another person of a completely different style, and you end up with that
there's no consistency in style. 100%.
Yeah, there's no consistency, there's nothing. Whereas you look at us, we brought Slot in as as things are going now, obviously, which we can touch on, but his style was similar to Klopp's last season, and he sort of was able to transition in seamlessly. If you've got you go from the style of Conte where it's, aggressive fullbacks and keeping hold of the ball in midfield to then go to Ange, where it's all, all guns blazing, attack, to then go to Thomas Frank, who's much more pragmatic. Like, it doesn't work. But no, I'm surprised that they've gone this soon with it, because I understand they are where they don't want to be in the table, but they were there last season. They're in this exact same position. And Thomas Frank's football, true, yeah, he's been poor recently, but he has still picked up some big results, which Ange didn't really do in that second season.
Has he picked up big results? What big results has he picked up?
Well, let me get, because they drew. Obviously,
I'll tell you this. Why you get the results? Because you found the results, but I remember them putting in an abysmal performance in against Arsenal. They put in a half-assed performance against us until the final 10 minutes. They were dreadful against City. What big results have they got?
Well, they've picked up. Well, obviously they got that draw against City, which we can't claim to have. They've then beaten Dortmund, Champions League. They beat City earlier on in the season. They picked up points against Newcastle. They gave PSG like a great game earlier on. I know they lost, but it's because they can't beat the teams like, if you're looking at, they rolled over to Chelsea, they rolled over and died against Arsenal. Yeah, that's true. They lost to Fulham.
Yeah, I said City. I meant Chelsea. Sorry. Yeah,
Chelsea. Yeah.
Oh, that's who I meant. I realized I said City. Listen, you are right. It's hard because then the argument becomes you give the manager time, and I think we're in an interesting position to have this conversation as Liverpool fans given Arne Slot. Now, we'll transition to that in a moment. But I think when you look at Spurs as a club, they're an attractive club for a manager to come in and sort of be like, right, I can do my own thing here. They're kind of like a mousetrap. The cheese is you go in there and you become the manager to bring success to Spurs, and the foundations there. They've got an unbelievable stadium.
And
you've got the training facilities. You've got a board that will back you financially to an extent. But then what you don't see is the trap, and the trap is a team ethos and mentality among certain large portions of the fan base. I'm not saying the likes of Ben. I'm not talking about my mum, but I'm just talking about like there seems to be accepting. I'm not slagging mum off. I feel like I put Ben in my moment that maybe I need to see therapist.
Not the mum.
But they're the two Spurs fans that came to my mind. Seb, that's not the Ben fan. That's not the Spurs fan I'm aware of. But I'm not trying to put like the content creators or like the Spurs fans that I know basically in this category. But there are a certain section of Spurs fans where their success is just not seeing Arsenal successful, which isn't success. That's you've accepted mediocrity and then you're projecting that onto your rivals, and that I think that is kind of where Spurs are at the moment. They do need someone to come in and be given a length of time, but then every time they brought in a manager that they say they're going to give time, they're not giving it. Frank should have been given longer, but at the same time, you can't have a manager in there who has got the record he has in the league. Like it's not feasible. You can't have it. It doesn't work. So like he was
Everyone's
at the point.
Too scared now. Everyone's too scared of losing out on money.
Yeah, losing out on money, and also people have kind of they bend the knee a little bit. It's awkward in the stadium. As soon as people start leaving the stadium early, that's your pockets burning. You need to replace whoever's in charge and get people back in the seats. And that's kind of, I think, the situation they're in. I don't know who comes into Spurs and makes a difference. I've seen Marco Silva's name. I think Carragher said Marco Silva will be a good manager. I like Marco Silva.
Who's the next manager is on terms of odds?
Yeah, is my signal okay?
So No, you're fine. Do not worry.
Okay.
I think your camera might be a bit like slow, but it's nothing ridiculous. No, worries. It's just, So Tottenham Hotspur, the next manager favourite. The favourite at the moment is Roberto De Zerbi, which I think, he's just left Marseille, so I think that was always going to happen. Marco Rosa is second. Mauricio Pochettino is third. Marco Silva is fourth. Gareth Southgate is fifth. Oh, God almighty. And then Harry Redknapp is sixth with Robbie Keane seventh. So, you can see of that list, I think there's maybe 3 that'd be good or would be.
Who comes to mind when you say 3 that would be good? Who do you think the 3 are?
Well, De Zerbi definitely. De Zerbi's one, absolutely. I mean, I understand that he's a bit of a volatile. He can be quite. Things fall apart quick.
He's not likable.
Yeah, and he's got a good football brain on him. You've then got Marco Rosa. I don't think is a bad shout, but he's not who I would personally go for. Marco Silva. Yeah, I think that speaks for itself. Poch coming back, is he going to do it now? Probably not, but he'd be a good shout to come back. I think the worst thing they can do is get Robbie Keane. Robbie Keane just would not work. That'll be a mess because he said himself.
Yeah.
No, I like Robbie,
but yeah, I don't see him as a
manager. It's the Michael Carrick thing of, well, he used to play for us, so he'll be great. It doesn't work that way. And I'm sorry to, like, this is no offense to Robbie Keane. Not that he's going to give a shit. I've slandered him on here a billion times, but he said himself he doesn't want to do it on a temporary basis. It would have to be the permanent job. So that's him saying, look, you've got to appoint me full time. Of course, obviously, that wouldn't work. I just don't think he's of a good enough quality just yet.
Yeah, listen, I read earlier today that they're looking for an interim first. So interim to me screams former player or former manager or someone who knows the club to balance it. That feels like what they might go for. I don't think. Yeah, listen. Well, I don't think I'd be fair on Ryan Mason. I still feel bad for Ryan Mason. They threw that boy in for a cup final. Like you shooting the boy in the foot straight away.
He held his own. He held his own.
He did. He did to an extent. Yeah. Listen, who do you bring in? Like, genuinely, who do you bring in? Who makes logical sense in January for them? Not January, February.
I think Eden Terzic would be a good shout. He used to be the Dortmund manager. The way he plays in particular suits them. If not him, do you know who I think might be a good? I think you might have said this actually, or someone did when we did Red Room. I don't think Scott Parker would be a bad shout for Tottenham.
I can see Scott Parker at Tottenham. 100%.
I think he's got the sort of, because the thing is with Tottenham at the minute, there's no defensive structure. And I know in the market, they're looking to bring in a good number of people. And I think if you took Scott Parker from Burnley, there's a couple of players in that Burnley team who are just a bit too good for that level. And I think you could bring some of them along with him. So I could see him possibly, but I think it'll be De Zerbi. I just think it's too perfectly lined up. Glasner, it won't be him. I think he'll still go United. I've got that drilled in my head. So I think De Zerbi is probably the one who I would imagine it'd be. If not him, I think Scott Parker would probably be an outsider.
I'll tell you now, if De Zerbi goes to Tottenham, he doesn't last longer than 18 months. He's a volatile, unlikable character. I remember when Liverpool had Slot's spot available before Slot came in. This is when I didn't understand De Zerbi as well as I do now after watching how he's been at Marseille and how the end of his Brighton career went. I thought, tactically, good man. I can see why he was on our shortlist for an extent. I didn't necessarily want him, but I could see the appeal to him. I didn't, yeah. But after watching him at Marseille, how he's operated, the words he's chosen to use over certain things and the way he's been with just in the media, with players, how he's acted during certain games, I think he'd be an awful fit for Tottenham. I think he's actually the antithesis of their ethos. He's more akin to I'm not saying this as a slight to Chelsea, but he is more akin of a Chelsea manager than he is a Spurs manager.
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
I'm not saying Spurs is a likable manager, but like
a Simeone or something, you could see him going Chelsea, but you couldn't see him going Tottenham.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, Simeone's available in the summer. That is something no one's really talking about. I remember. I don't know whether it's definitely confirmed, but I've read multiple times that he should be available.
Yeah, I have as well.
And if he's available in the summer, I'm not saying Spurs could do it. I'm not saying United could do it, but he would be absolutely electric in the Premier League.
I'd love him. I think he's a bit of a twat, but in terms of entertainment value, like the league is missing those level of managers. I'm sick of the robotic. Like I want someone who's a bit more in your face. Like when he came to Anfield a few months ago and his head exploded, I loved it.
Hilarious.
Absolutely loved it.
Right, bowl shot. Just to entertain me for a second. Imagine him as Liverpool. Imagine him as Liverpool. No. Stop. I'd love it. I love it. I don't care what anyone says. Him on the touchline for Liverpool.
No.
The football could be great because Atletico Madrid goes through spells where they play phenomenal football and then they play.
It's not the football. He got bullied by someone who was in the stands. I'm not.
No, stop it. Lad, I would love the whiplash of going from someone who's very central, very calm, consistently like Slot to just go into a fucking hothead like Simeone. Can you imagine? Imagine how he would talk about PSG and not Forest. It would be very different.
FSG, never mind. He'd lose his rag. He couldn't. He'd go mental if he worked with this ownership. I cannot see Simeone like.
Oh, what would it be? It'd be Conor Gallagher. We'd buy like 3 defenders straight away. Like it would just be 3.
I don't even know who's on Atletico's team. Tell you what, who's the midfielder who scored against us?
Simeone. Oh. No, Llorente.
Yeah. Yes, I wouldn't mind having him. I wouldn't mind having him in the team. He's class.
He named his dog Anfield because he scored there.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. Like his proper shit house. Like he named his dog Anfield. I'm not taking the piss. I swear to God, I read that somewhere. I swear, hand on heart, I read that somewhere.
I am going to Google Marcos Llorente dog name, and I swear to God, if this is
tell me wrong. I swear.
Oh my God, he did. Oh my God,
I told you. I told you he did. I knew he did. You know, right? You want to talk about shit houses? You want to talk about a shit house? He scored against us in the Champions League, broke all our hearts, by the way, and then named his dog Anfield.
I respect that so much.
I respect it. Also, I don't know how good a player he is. I've barely seen him play, but when he's played against us, he's been brilliant.
I think he's he's like got the best. I think he's one of the top like progressive ball players in the league or something like that. Like I only looked him up after the game. Since then, it might have all just gone downhill. But mate, his dog's called Anfield. That's incredible. Absolutely. I haven't got words for that.
I love that. Right, we need to probably maneuver away from all this to Liverpool. Right, listen, we've had
Liverpool.
Since we last spoke, it's been a couple of weeks. Quarterback, we've had a couple of great results. So we've had Quarterback, we've had Newcastle victories, which went, I think it was 6-0, 4-1, and then we had the 2-1 defeat to Manchester City, followed by the 1-0 victory over Sunderland. So I see that as three very good performances and one dismal 60 minutes of football with 30 minutes of entertainment.
Yeah.
I had this conversation on the podcast with a deal last night. I'm going to ask you the same question. Do you think you have seen improvement when you compare Liverpool the last 4 games? Oh, cheers, Owen. Big man. I didn't even know we were getting comments. I've just been riffing. Like, oh, cheers. There you go. Cheers, Owen. Cheers, Mr. Irishman. Yeah. Listen.
Cheers, Mr. Irishman. He comes on.
He's top boy. But no, fuck, what was I saying then?
Asking you the question.
Asking you the question. Listen, we went 13 games unbeaten, but no one was inspired by the football we played. I think the last 4, and a lot of people saying I'd rather lose, play well, and then win the next game playing well than draw. 4 games, 3 wins, 1 defeat. I think Quarterback, Newcastle, and Sunderland have all been good performances. So I personally see an improvement in performance. I'm not saying that is suddenly me saying, I'm slot till I die, but what I am saying is I'm not going to pretend to not recognize it. How do you feel about it? Do you think that's potentially too positive, or where do you stand?
Well, look, if you can't be positive after we're getting wins, then when can you be positive? But I think there has been a performance improvement in terms of the attacking football. It's more aggressive. It's like now we're not just passing around with no sort of rhyme or reason. There's a purpose, and the purpose is put it through the channels in behind and actually be aggressive. The caveat to it is, and this is me sort of saying, like, at the moment, slot can do no right, I think is pretty much the way that everyone are looking at it. Everyone's looking at these results and sort of looking at it's great getting wins, but we have to analyze the opponents. And I think Qarabağ, we should have decimated them. We did. We could have scored more. Yep. That was to be expected. Newcastle got ripped apart by City on counter-attacking football the game after we played them. And I think the way that Newcastle operate is so suited to how we play at the moment. And then Sunderland, fair enough. It's a great win at their ground. It's a clean. I'm more impressed by the clean sheet more than I am anything else.
Yeah. Hard earned.
But again, it was hard earned. Like that, I think of the 3, that is the one where I'm looking at it and thinking, that's impressed me the most, because it's easy. It's not easy to rip apart Newcastle. Of course, we've struggled with it earlier this season, but they've got no sort of defensive structure. The midfield's really missing the likes of Joe Linton. They missed Guimaraes that game. There's that link between defense and attack wasn't there, and that was where we tended to operate. So we did brilliant there. Qarabağ, you expect it, but Sunderland, because we actually had to grind it out, and there was a lot more of an emphasis on actually defending well. I'm more impressed with that than I was Sunderland. Sunderland didn't do a great deal. Like, I'm not, they didn't pepper us with shots, but when they did start putting pressure on us, that's when we normally capitulate, and we didn't. And we managed to grind it out, hold on to an actual clean sheet, a 1-0 lead. And I think that's the way that Slot wants us to play. He's happy with the 1-0 wins. I think everyone's sort of in agreement with that. He's happy grinding it out. So if that's how he wants to play, and we're actually going to start seeing signs that we are moving towards that and can actually pull it off, great. The issue is, for me, that City game is in the middle of it. And I do think there is still a worry of we burn out when we're against a high-pressure team like City. And we can't be doing that if we want to be going for the leagues. I
think with the City game, I think he just got his tactics wrong. And I'm not saying that like, that's me done with him. I've seen managers get tactics wrong all the time. I think the first half we were trying to break with the long ball, use the outlets of Gakpo, Ekitike, and Salah, and try and just spring counters. But we weren't able to successfully hit those passes. The passes were always wide of the mark. The decision-making was wrong. To play that way, your decision-making needs to be absolutely spot on. And I just don't think it was. The first half wasn't good against City at all. It really wasn't. It was probably the least inspired first half I think I'd seen for most of the season. Maybe one or two halves beat that, But for me, that, it wasn't a good first half. Second half, we stepped up and we played through them. Instead of hitting the long balls and the switches, we played through them, and we played much better rhythm. It was a very good half for the most part. And then you look at the goals we conceded. I dispute the penalty, which maybe is biased, but I think that ball's gone. It's already gone out. He's going nowhere.
Ooh,
I know. Listen, no, I do dispute the penalty because I think he's took that touch. It's gone out of play. Yes, Alisson's initiated the contact, but he's not getting to the rest of the ball, and he has just knocked it out of play. If he could have got to the ball, I'd give a penalty. That's probably me being biased. I think the second goal we've conceded, I've actually blocked out my mind. I can't remember how they scored it, nor do I want it.
It was do you mean, well, the second one was the Bernardo Silva one, the long ball.
Yeah, I can't even remember how that goal went in, so I don't know who's at fault for that. Oh, no, I do know who's at fault for that. I remember there's a big gap between Van Dijk and Kirkes, and Mac and Jones, neither one of them track back. I think there's a lot. One criticism I do have a slot this season tactically, the distance between Van Dijk and the left back. I don't know what's going on. It's not for the first time I've seen that gap there, and it is too wide a gap.
Bournemouth absolutely rinsed us down that channel.
It's so noticeable, and I don't know who's at fault there. I don't know if it's tactical. I don't know if it's the fullback. I don't know if it's the defender, or maybe the midfielder needs to drop it. I don't know. But with that being said, listen, the game was a clown. It was just a circus. It was a clown show. But that felt like more of a blip to me. I look at Quarterback, I look at Newcastle, I look at Sunderland. I think the Sunderland result is good. I think Newcastle could have easily been a banana skin as well.
Is it a blip though? Is it like just because City? Yeah, it's a blip in those four matches.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same time. Out of those four.
Oh, okay, out of those four. Yeah,
to be clear, because I think we've seen an uptick in performance. What was the game before Quarterback? Was it Bournemouth?
It was the Bournemouth game, yeah.
Now, I remember the Bournemouth game was a weird one. And the reason I say it was a weird one is I'm not saying it was a good performance, but it felt like the most amount of shoot and then they didn't shoot type of game that we had all season. We kept getting into good positions but never pulling the trigger. Or the final pass was just off. I really think the Bournemouth game came down to our decision-making. The City game came down to our decision-making in the first half. Newcastle and Sunderland in Quarterback, we got the decision-making right. So for me, the front three are quite culpable, but also to be thanked at the same time. Quarterback, Newcastle, Sunderland, the front three, the front four, Verts included, brilliant. The City game and the Bournemouth game, I could not wrap my head around what was happening with Gakpo, what was happening with Ekitike, what was happening with Salah. I think it's those three not learning to play together, but trying to find form. I feel like all three are trying to play their way into form. Salah's having what would be considered an average Premier League season, which compared to Salah standards looks bad. Gakpo is having a bad Premier League season, but statistically looks okay. Ekitike is having an inconsistent Premier League season. It's his first one, Like I can't quite figure out how we're gonna make it gel, but we have to rotate more. That is one thing. When the players look knackered, I don't understand why I'm not seeing subs being made. Jones coming on in the 80th minute should have came on 5-10 minutes earlier against City. Endo should have came on against City. Yeah. That was very frustrating to see. Jones's treatment in general since January finished, I find very weird. I think since
he didn't even get asked about him today. He didn't get asked any questions about Curtis Jones today, which I find shocking.
I don't know why the journalists aren't asking it. That's what I don't get. Well, listen, really at the same time, I'll make a statement no one's going to like. I think Max played quite well 3 out of the last 4 games. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because I love Mac, but he has been an uptick of form. I'm going to be the first to say it because people want to blame him for everything that's gone wrong this season as well. But Konate, brilliant.
No, he's not, as well. He's not for everything. I just think McAllister now is sort of when for the past few, I say weeks and months. Whenever he's gone into a tackle, it just feels like he always just comes off it with nothing. Whereas in the match the other day against Sunderland,
proper.
Like I went back and rewatched it. I was working at the time, but every tackle that he went into, he was there. He was in the right position. He got stuck in. He was committed. There was one where they were counter-attacking on, I think it was like the 91st, 92nd minute, and he slides in, wins the ball, and he celebrates like he's just scored a goal. Like that's what I want to see from him. But the issue is he's only good when I think personally, he's got space to work with. When he's got pressure on him, I feel like recently his head can start to go a bit. And now, because you've got, Szoboszlai's been drifting in from right back. You've had Gravenberch, you've had Vertonghen covering the hard yards and pulling a midfield apart. When McAllister does get the ball, he's got time and space to work with and he can pick a pass. And I just think that's when he's best. He's not meant to be this. I don't think the deep role suits him as such in a defensive sense. But in terms of playing the ball, he's amazing at it. When he's further forward, he's so congested and so blocked up, he can't do anything. When he's further backwards, time and space to work with, it works brilliantly. He just needs that space to work with.
Yeah, I mean, all right, listen, I'll ask you this. If you've taken in the games now, we've got Brighton on the weekend. Our right back position is questionable, but Szoboszlai's been given a rest thanks to the red card. Do you rotate? Because I think Brighton is an essential game. We have to win that game.
Yeah.
Right? So how much do you rotate, considering our manager isn't one who rotates much anyway? So who do you look to bring in, and what's your reason for it?
Well, I don't know, because it's not like the FA Cup is massive for us this season. We know that, of course. But at the same time, we've got Brighton Saturday, and then we've got Nottingham Forest on the 22nd, which is a good week away. So maybe we'll play a full strength team. Let me just see if I can get the thing up now. Bear with me 1 second, because we'll just we can pick and choose our side while we've got it here. So this is the one that played the other day. This is the lineup against Sunderland. We'll start off with goal then, because I imagine that Alisson is not going to start. I can't really picture him.
No.
So I can't see it. I don't think. So it'd be GG. GG would come in and get game time. I'm just trying to get
Mama.
Jesus. Beautiful. Any youth lads that might come in? Would Nalo maybe be on the bench?
Nalo got another red card the other day, didn't he?
He's got the same amount of red cards for the first team as Steve McMahon does for us. That's a stat right there. Stat and a half. Okay, so yeah, it'll be Mamadashvili in goal. That's, obviously. Left back, Robertson started. Kerkez didn't. Did Kerkez get on the pitch? I can't even remember him getting.
No, Kerkez didn't get on the pitch. And the reason was because you imagine red.
Kerkez would surely start.
I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he gives Kerkez another rest and keeps Robbo in.
Oh, okay.
Because you think we have a week off after this.
Where is Milos Kerkez on this?
He's already on the bench.
Am I going mad?
No,
is he?
Not. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is. He's behind Nalo.
Is he?
Yeah, look at Nalo's name.
At the top. Oh my God, yeah, he is.
Look at that. Look at that.
Okay, so you think Robbo comes in then?
Yeah, all that to basically, by the way, to take Kerkez back on the bench. But yeah, I think Robbo starts. And then you think Jones probably comes in for McAllister, no? I think Jones comes in for McAllister. The question now kind of becomes what we do with right back. Because are you going to bring Ramsey in, or are you going to put Sobo there?
I think he will give Ramsey the game. Okay. Personally, I think with Sobo at the minute, he's too. I know he missed the game because of the red card, so maybe that will factor into it. But I think he said himself today, the energy he puts in, the effort he puts in, we can't expect him to do that every minute of every game. So I think that if there is going to be a match where you do play Calvin Ramsey and you need to rest Szoboszlai, I think he'd rather Szoboszlai be available fit and firing for Forest in a few days' time more than he would Brighton in the FA Cup. I still don't think he's going to put that much stock in the FA Cup this season. I think in his mind, it's going to be Champions League and top four. I don't think he's going to look at the FA Cup as anything more than a speed bump as time goes on.
Considering our approach to the last FA Cup game, I disagree. I think he knows we need to. I think he knows. I do. I think he knows he needs a trophy in the cabinet. Champions League's much harder to win than the FA Cup, mate. I think you'll see a strong team. I really do. But keep moving through.
That Barnsley one. Who started Barnsley? Match stats. Because it was quite a. Yeah. Oh, good to keep moving through, don't matter. Right. So we've got centre backs. I mean, Gomez maybe come in.
Maybe Gomez. Side. I think he keeps Gomez out. To be honest, because again, maybe he won't risk him unless he takes.
I suppose when you haven't got a lot of.
You could even say Gomez right back, but then is he going to play three centre backs? That feels dangerous. No, I don't think he does that. I think we keep. I think we keep with Konate and Van Dijk personally. Premier League opposition.
And you think Szoboszlai is coming in at right back?
I'll let you go with Ramsey. We'll stick with Ramsey for now.
I'm not convinced. I'm not. I
know
what I would rather. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
We'll keep Ramsey.
Yeah,
keep Ramsey.
Let's keep Ramsey. Keep Ramsey. Okay, so Gravenberch starts probably for me, I think, because Endo's injured now, so you're going to keep with that.
I don't know how long
I think Wirtz starts. I think you definitely start Wirtz in this game.
Yeah, you can't drop. I think you might be right because it is Brighton, but then in my mind, he talked today about Engamoa and Trainioni, and he was talking about them getting more minutes. So I have a sneaking suspicion one of those two will start. I think Engamoa will probably start.
Yeah, Rio definitely.
Maybe all right then. Maybe we do keep Wirtz, and it is like a similar sort of lineup. I don't think Salah starts personally.
I think he starts Salah. I think he's kind of terrified to drop him now. I think since he's come back, it feels like the rule is Salah will play 90 minutes every game.
But he's not doing anything though. I'm not.
What,
it's so stubborn.
What is he doing? But he is.
He can take a corner. Brill.
He can't. Boy, can he take a corner. Here's the thing. Boy, he can take it. He really can. Gakpo can take a good corner as well. By the way, I got to say, I was impressed by Gakpo's corners. I think the thing is with Salah. I still think he's given me something in the team. I do. I know he's not the same Salah we know, but I think his outside of the left foot crosses are fantastic. I think he knows how to pick a pass. I just think he has that moment of quality still. I still start Salah.
To be fair, so this season in the league, Salah's top for key passes. He's on 2.3. The next highest is Dominic Szoboszlai on 1.8 per 90 minutes. He's also in the top 3 for crosses. He's in the top 4 for long balls. But then to caveat that, for going on his offensive stats, he's also highest for unsuccessful touches in a match. He gets dispossessed more than anyone in a match by 0.7, which is 0.7 higher than Wirtz.
Yes, it's compared to
Liverpool. This is Liverpool. This is compared to Liverpool's team. So he gets dispossessed 1.8 times a match. The next highest is Florian Wirtz on 1.1. He averages 2.6 unsuccessful touches per match. The next lowest than him is Cody Gakpo on 2.2. And Gakpo this season has been short. So if Gakpo is the closest one to you, don't defend Gakpo.
I hear it, but I don't know. What do you think of this lineup? I think that's the lineup we start with.
Okay.
Unless Gravenberch is in the red zone, and if Grav's in the red zone, then you start man.
You've been playing
too much, the red zone, doesn't he?
Career mode. No, he has been playing loads. To be fair, recently, Gravenberch. The only thing is we just don't have depth. But this is also why I'm thinking that Ramsey may start, because in the midfield here, you've got Jones, Gravenberch, Wirtz. If Gravenberch's already ran ragged, McAllister has been playing a lot recently and he needs his minutes managed. Yeah, this is what I mean. So maybe Dom does start against Jones.
Dom alongside Jones, and then you play Ramsey right back. At least, because then if you're looking across it, Mama's fresh, Robbo's relatively fresh, Van Dijk and Konate aren't. Ramsey is, Dom will be, Jones will be, Rio will be, Wirtz, Salah, Ekitike won't be. So you've got fresh legs in there. I don't think he starts Fede. I'd be shocked if he started Fede.
No chance.
Williams, no, I don't see. Obviously, Nallo, no. Gravenberch,
I'm amazed Reece Williams is still in this team. I am absolutely shocked that he is still.
I'm going to be honest. I forgot. With respect to him, I forgot he was here.
He has been on loan. I'm doing a video on my channel called like players who got stuck in the loan system. He's one of them. Yeah. He's been on loan, I think, 5 times, and he's been to like Aberdeen. I think he went to Blackpool. I think he went to Plymouth at what? Like he's been all over the place. And like if you go on the Liverpool website, do you know how it's got the numbers and it's got like how many matches they've played and some stats and stuff? His is just blank. It's just got a shirt number and that's it. Like I'm stunned he is still about in this team, to be completely honest.
Now, hear me out. Reece Williams start.
Oh no.
So no. Bring it back. Bring Nat Phillips back to my club. Nat Phillips, Reece Williams at the back, covered in bandages. Bro, I don't care what anybody says. Some of the biggest euphoria I've ever had in my life was watching Nat Phillips fucking Cruyff turns Zlatan and then 2-foot someone against United. Boy, the boy's a fucking legend to me. Liverpool legend. And then he started shagging Oasis's daughter. Like the boy's an icon. Yeah, isn't Nat Phillips with the Oasis man's daughter?
How do you know all this? Like, I know like facts and stats and stuff. How do you know like Llorente's dog's name and who Nat Phillips is shacking up with?
Tell me, Nat Phillips is not with one of the Oasis man's daughter. Tell me I'm wrong.
Friend, Nat Phillips' girlfriend. Molly Moore. Oh my god, Liam Gallagher's daughter. Yeah, Molly. Who the fuck? I'm sorry, right? Who names the kid Molly Moorish?
Yeah, Moorish. She's hungry.
Moorish is her surname. Genuinely.
It's Moorish. You know what I'm Moorish for, Lewis? Lewis, you want to know what I'm Moorish for? I'm Moorish for a bit more Nat Phillips, right? Just like her. I need a bit more Nat Phillips. Right, pause.
That's ridiculous.
I know, but listen, you cover the stats. I cover the players' personal lives. All right, we're a good balance. Right.
The niche. Oh my god. Hey, what's well, yeah, Liam Gallagher shut down claim about Liverpool star dating daughter with 6-word tweet. Let's see if I can find the tweet.
Look at the comments under that tweet.
It's going to be like
some iconic replies.
He said, so someone said, a cheeky Liverpool supporter quit back saying that. So Liam Gallagher tweeted, "Oh well, it's the only trophy you fucking lot will win," or something daft like that. A Liverpool supporter then tweeted them back saying, "Nat Phillips will be doing all kinds of celebrating tonight."
Perfect. But yeah, listen, don't worry about it. That's what I'm here for, son. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for. We're both statisticians in our own way, Lewis. All right, we're both statisticians.
I can't believe that. I'm stunned. I am stunned.
Yeah. Don't you worry about me.
Do you know what? There's no organization to this. We just sort of go. I was like, oh yeah, we'll do the lineup. We'll talk about this and that, and it just goes to pot when we start talking about Molly Moorish.
Molly Moorish, great last name.
Moorish.
Well, if his last name's Gallagher, why is her last name Moorish?
Are they not married? Is it?
Well, no, that's his daughter.
Gallagher. No, I know, but I mean, like, is he not married to her mum or something? Like,
yeah, maybe the mother. Maybe he never took the mother's last name. Well, the mother never took his last name. Maybe.
Well, his spouses are. He married Patsy Kensit, and then he married Nicole Appleton. So where's Moorish come from?
Maybe it's a stage name.
It's something. What stage are we talking about? Like IB for sticky and all that.
Hey, listen, easy now. You never know who's going to say. For just before we get done for defamation, Lewis has said this is a joke, and he doesn't mean anything against Molly Moorish. We have absolute nothing but respect. We're all big fans of Oasis. I listened to Oasis just before I came on the pod. All right, I couldn't get tickets. If someone has any tickets for Oasis, let me know. I'd appreciate it.
I didn't have a second mortgage to get a ticket for Oasis. I don't like Oasis.
Oh, the ticket prices were nuts, by the way. My God, I think ticket prices in general now are nuts. Aren't the Harry Styles tickets going for like 500 quid?
Just about to say, my partner was looking it up as like my fiance was looking it up as like a joke on last week or so when they came out. 700 quid for the cheapest one.
700 quid.
Genuinely, and that was for a partially obstructed view. And I was like, that is ridiculous. No.
Listen, I know football prices are getting out of hand, but I do think concert tickets now, it's like the death of music, man. Because I can't go see someone live. I can't pay rent to go see someone. No. You know what I mean?
No.
That's
I can't remember the last. Who was the last band I went to go see? I think the last band I went to go see was Slipknot, and that was December 2024 or something. Like, it's been a few years.
I go see live. I think the last concert I seen live, weirdly enough, actually was Eminem. I went to the F1 when Eminem was performing. Yeah, I got a ticket for the F1. I went to the F1, and Eminem was performing, and that was a lot cheaper than fucking 700 quid. I tell you now, Jesus.
For Harry Styles and his watermelon pants or whatever he wears, I don't know. But anyway, look, we should probably talk about stuff that we're actually
that we've actually got any experience talking about.
Mo
Salah. I didn't talk about Mo Salah.
Is Mo Salah gonna go though? We need to know. Like,
he's gonna go.
This is so apparently Saudi are back in for him. Apparently Saudi Arabia. There's been a multitude of teams. Al Nassr, because of the whole Ronaldo situation, are involved. Al Ittihad. I think they've just lost Benzema. Left Al Ittihad. He went to Al Hilal. There's a lot of teams in Saudi at the minute who want like a big name acquisition, and obviously Salah's someone who, for the past few years since that bid, is just always in discussions. Do we think that Mo will go? And if so, do we think it's the right decision?
Oh, I thought you were trying to figure out another rhyme there.
I couldn't think of another one. I panicked.
Christ, I don't care what you want to say. I have a very similar affiliation to Mo Salah, how I had to Gerrard, in the sense that I don't really want to
Yeah.
see him go. I don't really want to see him go. I want him to retire at Liverpool. Same with Van Dijk. And listen, you can call it fan stubbornness, of course, and maybe it's it's an ideal world. I get that, and I do, and I know it's a money game. It's a sport, it's a business at the end of the day. This sport. So I'll take my opinion out of it. Do I think he will go? I think as a club, Edwards and Hughes will look at Salah and go, well, he's 34. Is he 34 now, Salah?
Yeah, I think he is. Let me have a look.
Confirm his age.
Pro Salah age. He is 33, but he turns 34 in June.
Okay, so he will be 34 come the next window. Declining in output based on the stats of this season. Although I think personally there is a lot around this season that could potentially excuse or provide answers to it that I think are out of his control. In my opinion. I think they'll see that and they'll go, we can potentially cash in on a declining star who is consuming 400 grand a week in wages. They'll compare that to the money he brings in as a star player. Obviously, like he is the face of Liverpool Football Club realistically at the moment. And I think they probably would cash in if a bid of over 70 mil comes in from Saudi. And I think Edwards and Hughes are very difficult negotiators, and I think they would be able to get 70 mil. And if you get 70 mil for a 34-year-old footballer, I mean, that's a golden ticket in a lot of ways for football. In football, especially at that age, even if you got 50 mil or more, you're probably still taking it, because you're still making the money back that you spent on him. I don't want to see him go. I also, to be fair, I think there is. I'm not saying this will happen. I actually think the lad extends. You could also potentially see Van Dijk or Alisson go in the summer. I like the idea that both extend.
Yeah,
I think Alisson could extend. I think Van Dijk, judging off how important he's been this season, and I still think he's put in some fantastic performances. I still think Van Dijk extends and stays beyond this season and next season. But Salah, unfortunately, I think will go, and I think it'll probably be something like 50, 60 mil. And then I think you see Liverpool bring in a young winger like Diomande or something along those lines. I personally would want us to bring in. I want Liverpool to bring in an Elise or someone along those lines.
It's a lot. It's a lot of money. Like,
yeah, I know. I know. If not Elise, someone like Minter, or if you want to get in early, Ryan from Bournemouth, because my God, that boy's a fucking superstar. My God, Ryan's a superstar.
Yes, yeah. It's a good job.
As soon as he joined Bournemouth, I was kicking myself. I knew it. You just look, a guy named Ryan. I knew he was.
It's got that sort of like Ryan. It's got that sort of like zip to it. Yeah.
It's like the lad at Fulham. What's his name?
The lad at Fulham?
Brazilian left winger. Baller. Got a funny name.
I was thinking Rodrigo, but it's not him.
No. Fulham winger. Come back to me.
Right.
It's not Mark.
Do you know what? Kevin.
I know his English. Kevin and Ryan, right? When you see a signing, listen, you're a statistician. You know the background of all these things. I purely just go off the vibes. I looked at this lad and I went, yeah, that's a baller. I know that's a baller. I didn't need to watch a single comp. I know both of these lads are going to ball in the league, and they both have balled in the league. They're both so fun to watch. They're so fun to watch. Did you see Ryan's first goal for Bournemouth where he just chopped off the ball back, made it look easy? I thought I was watching League Two.
Bournemouth are mental because they lose so many big players, and they just bring in it's like Southampton did for that period of time, where it's just they get rid of someone massive and they just bring someone in just as good. Like, it's so well ran down in Bournemouth.
The way Brighton and Bournemouth run, it's unbelievable. The way Brighton and Bournemouth run their football clubs is the next evolution of what we've seen with Southampton. Yeah. And they found a way to make it sustainable, and that's all down to their scouting departments. Just unbelievable scouting departments. Yeah. Which we took their sporting director from. So, like, we did.
We did. And we weren't thrifty with our signings. We just went out and spent as much money as possible.
Didn't we? Just I still think they all come good. I will say, come the end of the season, we should do a hit and miss list episode where we run through our signings this season and sort of hit miss or hit miss or maybe like they did on the recent overlap episode for Liverpool signings, because I think there's some conversations to be had there. But listen, Lou, we're coming to the end of the episode, so I want to pivot back to this weekend. All right, I want to pivot back to this weekend, Lewis. Brighton in the FA Cup. I'm getting really close to my mic here. Brighton in the FA Cup. If we beat Brighton, I have no idea who we get in the next round. I am looking at the teams that are still in the competition. Can you pull that list up for me, please?
The teams that are still in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Let me see.
And let's quickly go through this weekend of FA Cup games, Lewis. That's what we'll do. We'll go through this weekend's FA Cup fixtures, and we'll do a little guess on who's going to win. And then,
yeah, I mean, I'll have to do the. I'll have to just get the list up because it doesn't. I've got no sort of like. So if I do that, so I've got like the ones for today, for example, and then I go to the February fixtures, and there's all the teams. So we've got today.
That Wrexham Ipswich game is going to cook.
Wrexham and Ipswich is going to be great. Chelsea Hull. I mean, Chelsea probably clean. I imagine. I can't see Hull really. That's Rosinia's old club, isn't it? So
it is.
That'll be interesting for him. Yeah, going back to their ground.
Predictions. I'm gonna type these predictions up, and we are gonna come back to this next episode. All right.
Am I giving scores as well?
No. You just need to tell me. Your prediction. So who's gonna win?
And you know what? This is going to be 100%, and I won't put an accumulator on it. And I would have been rich if I did.
You're gonna Chelsea. Get these wrong. All right, go on. You're gonna So you're saying Hull v Chelsea. You're saying Chelsea.
Wrexham. Yeah. You're doing it as well. It's not just me.
I'm gonna do it as well. I'll do it as well. Okay, so. You're saying Chelsea. I'll do it all after you. Chelsea. So I'm going to list these up first. Okay, Wrexham v Ipswich Town. Who do you think?
This has got Wrexham all over it.
Wrexham
at home against Ipswich. Yeah,
it's going to be bouncing. The atmosphere is going to be. My mum's from Wrexham, so I know she'll have that on the TV. Go on, pull up the. My mum's affiliated with every football club, by the way.
I was just saying, you said Tottenham before. What's going on?
You know what it is. You know what it is about my mum. Shout out to my mum. Is that she grew up in a rugby household, right? And the first football game she ever seen on TV was a Spurs game. It was back in the 70s. And her older brother was watching the game and just because it was on. And she said, right, that's my team. That's how she became a Spurs fan, right? She just watched it. She liked what she's seen. She's like, right, I'm a Spurs fan. But because she grew up in Wrexham, she always wants Wrexham to do well. So she kind of supports both teams in a sense.
She's a glory hunter, is what I'm hearing.
You fucking call my mum a glory hunter again. I will shave your beard. I will shave you.
It needs going, to be fair. I'm going to do it today. Anyway.
Calling my mum a glory hunter. Everyone hear that? The 3 people watching. Did you guys hear that? Shocking.
You're not far off that number. Double it and you'll be there.
Hey, we got 6 people watching. Come on now.
7 now. Going up.
Oh, it's because they've heard it's probably my mum tuning in. Right.
To be fair, 1 p.m. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Burton Albion, West Ham.
Burton Albion, West Ham. What do you think?
I mean, West Ham. It's a bit of. There will probably be a shock somewhere in this, but I don't think.
I want you to try and call the shock, man. All right, Burnley, Mansfield.
I think Mansfield.
Big shout.
They've got momentum, and I think that'll be the. They'll be this year's Sutton United. When they played Arsenal, that'll be their run, and they'll get someone massive in the next round. It'll be City or it'll be Villa or us maybe, and that'll be the one where they get pumped.
All right, I like that. All right, Mansfield, Salford.
That's Man City. That's a good little match. That
that'll be a good watch, I think. Norwich, West Brom.
West Brom.
All right, okay, nice and confident. Norwich are struggling in the league, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Port Vale v Bristol. Anyone who's been making ACCAs recently know Bristol City have been a tough team to bet on. Championship bets have absolutely killed some of us. We know who we are.
What league are Port Vale in?
Port Vale are in League One.
Who's calling me on a private number right now?
Answer and put them up to the mic if you want.
2 seconds.
Go right ahead. While he does that, I'm going to get my predictions done. Don't you worry about me. All right, guys. So, Hull, Chelsea. I'm going Hull. And, fuck what he said off. I think Wrexham will win. Big up to the Wrexham loss. Burton, West Ham. All over the West Ham win. Burnley, Mansfield. I have no idea why our boy has said Burnley.
Euro Seal, man. Why Euro Seal call it? What is Euro Seal? I don't know.
What did they want?
I think she just said, hi, it's Fingy from Euro Seal, and I just hung the phone up. It could be anything. Yes, I don't know.
Spam. Full spam. Proper spam call. Hi, it's Julie from Euro Seal. What is Euro Seal?
I'm going to Google it while you give yours, because I heard you giving scores then, and I'm not... A
manufacturer and distributor of security seals, security bags, and labels. It's from Stoke-on-Trent. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, mate. That is it's not a spam call. It's a cold call. It's just It's a sales pitch.
I don't want it.
That's
just interrupted.
Fuck knows how they got your number. Right. Hull v Chelsea. I've said Hull. Wrexham Ipswich. I've said Wrexham. West Ham.
Whoa. Sorry. Go back. You said Hull are going to beat Chelsea.
Do I need to justify my reasoning? Right. I'll tell you right now why. I'll fucking give you a bit of justification. Don't you worry about me. Yeah. Listen, Hull, right? In the league at the moment in the Championship, they are doing pretty well. Now, hit a bit of form. I don't know what the last 5 games have been like, but they've definitely been a good team to bet on. My mate Sean can attest to that. Hull have been pretty solid in the Championship. Their home form, if I am right, is pretty solid. Now, Chelsea, I think, am I right or wrong?
So, sorry, you can carry on a sec. Hull's last 5 results, they lost 3-2 to Bristol. They drew 0-0 with Watford. They beat Blackburn 1-0. They beat Swansea 2-1, and they beat Preston 3-0.
Great result. So what I'm hearing there, that's a good run of form, no?
Yeah, just to be fair, I won't argue with that.
There we go. What did I say? Now, under the floodlights at Hull, I think Chelsea are going to bottle it. I don't think Chelsea like aggressive football. I think Rossini's going to rotate the side as a whole because he's playing, the big brother to all of them. So I think he's going to fully rotate the side, and I think they're going to let him down. Wrexham at home, unbelievable. You know what's going to happen there. West Ham, Burton. I think West Ham just have a bit too much for them. Burnley, Mansfield. Burnley at home. Personally, for me, I just think they get it over the line. It'll be one of those where it's like 3-2, something silly. Man City obviously doesn't need explanation. I don't think it's going to be a 6-7-8-0, but I do think Man City will beat Salford.
It'll be like a comfortable 3 or 4-0 or something. Yeah.
Bold take on the Norwich West Brom one. I think Norwich are going to win, and the reason I think Norwich are going to win is because that new Australian forward that they signed has been bagging like crazy. He got 1 off the bench in his debut, and he scored a hat-trick in his second game. I think that lad's going to turn up. Yeah. So I'm back.
To be honest, it was a bit of a not a crapshoot, but I just thought I think West Brom under a new manager getting a bit of a bounce. It just
sorry, is that sounding like the statistician's bottling it? Back yourself, like
the statistician does not watch West Brom. I am not Tom Garrett. I don't know about West Brom.
Does not simply watch West Brom.
Baggies. Anyway, go on.
All right, and I've said Port Vale to beat Bristol just because I like a bit of carnage. Southampton, Leicester. What do you think?
Did I say Bristol for the last one for Port Vale?
You said Bristol. You did say Bristol. Do you stick by it?
Okay, Bristol. Yeah, stick with Bristol. Southampton, Leicester. Ooh, because the thing is, they're both kind of shite at the moment. Let me see if I can get the table because I'm sure they're both fairly in the lower down region. Southampton are 9th. Leicester are currently 21st in the table. Oh my god.
Yeah, Leicester are having an awful season. They could get relegated. Southampton seem like the easy pull here. They've been doing very well.
I think Southampton, Leicester haven't won a match in their last 5. Southampton have won 3, so I think Southampton's probably the.
I'm also going to say Southampton. I also would say about Leicester, that winger Fatawaru, Liverpool should be all over him. I'm going to be honest.
He's so good. He's class.
Way too good for the Championship. Aston Villa, Newcastle United. I feel like Aston Villa Newcastle was always an entertaining game.
Was it the Carabao Cup they played each other recently?
I feel like this game comes around a few times a season.
Yeah.
Aston Villa, Newcastle. Aston Villa notoriously struggle to make chances, yet manage to score plenty of goals. Newcastle are currently in a bit of a crisis regarding their playing style, their identity, and the relationship between the fans and the club at the moment. It doesn't look particularly healthy.
Eddie Howe as well. Yeah.
Eddie Howe's having a very difficult time. Wasn't back properly in the summer. How do we feel?
I think Villa. I think with Newcastle at the minute, like you said, there's a lot of disconnect. And I think with the way that Villa tend to dominate midfield with possession, they've just brought in Tammy Abraham, which I think is a great addition to the attack.
Great signing.
I don't see Newcastle sort of, but in the same breath, I think this is Newcastle's Hail Mary. I think this is their sort of. I know they've got Champions League, but
they're not going to win.
They're not through. They've got to qualify. They're not doing well in the league. I think they'll look at the FA Cup and think this is our Hail Mary. We have to win.
Yeah, this is our road. Okay. And the last game, I can assume that we both say Liverpool, correct?
And then there's a few more after that.
Oh, we've got a few more. Fuck me, I thought we were way later in the competition.
No, it's the 4th round.
I'm so
Liverpool,
so sorry.
Brighton.
Okay, Birmingham, Leeds. You are saying
Leeds, yeah.
Leeds. I'm going to go bold, and I'm going to actually say Birmingham.
Ant Dicko says, lads, Leeds literally bottled a free goal Leicester literally bottled a 3-goal lead to Southampton midweek, lost 3-4. I did not know that.
And I'm going to be honest, I know that, but the reason I know that is purely because it was talked about on the overlap. And as soon as I heard that, I went, how the fuck has that gone under my radar? So Ant Dicko knows a lot more about football than I do. Ant, I'm sorry, but I'll go watch the highlights. I'll tell you that. And we did both pick Southampton, so we did kind of land on the right.
Yeah. So, to be fair,
through the power of deduction, we still got there. All right. Burnley Leeds, you've gone for Leeds. I've gone for Birmingham. The brother Grimsby versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. How do we feel?
Wolves. I think Grimsby, look, the United one, they caught them at a really, really good time in the League Cup.
Yeah. Grimsby have also not been good this season. And for that reason, I'm going to back Grimsby because I love a little underdog story. Oxford United versus Sunderland. Sunderland away from home. Sunderland missing Grant Xhaka.
This is my underdog story to go with Mansfield. I think Oxford pull it off.
Outstanding. Okay, I love that.
No reason, just
vibes.
Inside knowledge.
Insider trading.
Inside my head.
You've seen what they've been doing at the training ground this week. Stoke City v Fulham. Now, Stoke City have done quite well this season. They've been quite the entertaining team. When I say entertaining team, they've certainly got a few entertaining results. I think Stoke could be quite an interesting battle for Fulham, who don't have the thickest of squads.
Would you like to know Stoke's previous 6 results?
Go for it.
They lost 1-0 to Charlton. They drew 0-0 with West Brom. They lost 2-0 to Southampton. They drew 1-1 with Birmingham. They lost 2-1 to Middlesbrough, and they drew 0-0 with QPR.
Like I said, the entertainers. Entertaining for everyone but their fans. Like, my God. Fuck me. Who was I thinking about when I said Stoke City?
It's not Stoke, I'm telling you that now.
Off that bat. Oh, my word. So are you back in Fulham then, or do you think Stoke?
Fulham, it's Fulham, that one.
Fulham for you. I'm also going to be back in Fulham in that game. All right, we then have Arsenal versus Wigan Athletic. Now, Arsenal need to give their players a rest after what has been quite a difficult week for them. Do they go all out trying to state a claim, or do you think they rotate the side and potentially drop down against Wigan?
Well, again, didn't Arsenal play Wigan fairly recently?
Am I
going mad about that? I'm sure that they played each other. I'm sure. Who did they play in the Carabao Cup recently? Oh, it was Portsmouth. It wasn't Wigan, sorry.
Getting those teams mixed up is a fucking crime, by the way. All right. Shocking behaviour. Wigan and Portsmouth, a team that plays in white and blue versus a team that practically plays in purple. All right.
Well, I'm colourblind, so...
Oh, here he goes. Here he goes.
Just insulted. Wow.
Have I 2026. I didn't mean to insult the colourblind community.
Might not see colour, but I can see bad attitude. So,
Wow. Wow. Bloody hell. Hey, get that quote framed. Yeah? My God.
It's Arsenal.
Easy Arsenal.
Easy. Yeah, easy win.
Okay. And Mansfield, Brentford to wrap up the round.
Mansfield?
Sorry, Mac, I'm actually...
Are you blind or are you colour?
I'm not. I'm sorry. I actually have 20.
Oh, it was Macclesfield. That's Rooney's brother's team, isn't it? Macclesfield.
It is. They got a great result, actually.
Maybe
against Brentford.
Against Brentford. I think Brentford win. I mean, Ant says Macclesfield 2, Brentford 1.
Big up, Ant, by the way.
I'd love that result. I think that'd be class. But I think Brentford get this one. I think Mansfield are the ones that go the distance.
You know what? I'm going to back our boy Dicko. I'm going to say Macclesfield. All right. So just to wrap up the round. Okay, so I'm going to read through what we've predicted. So Hull, Chelsea. We disagree. Lewis says Chelsea. I have said Hull. Wrexham, Ipswich. We are both in agreement for Wrexham. Game number 3, Burton, West Ham. You have said West Ham, as have I. Burnley, Mansfield, there's a disagreement. I have backed Burnley. You have backed Mansfield. Man City, Salford, we've both said Man City. Norwich versus West Brom. I have chosen Norwich. You have chosen West Brom. Port Vale versus Bristol. You've gone Bristol. I've gone Port Vale. Southampton, Leicester. We both have gone. We've both gone Southampton. No, we have a bit of consistency here. We both said Villa to beat Newcastle. We both said Liverpool to beat Brighton. Disagreement over Birmingham versus Leeds, where I have gone for Birmingham to back the home team.
And that one off.
I've gone Leeds. I'll break that down for you. Vibes, pure vibes.
Jesus Christ.
Pure vibes.
Okay, fair enough.
Listen, vibes have led me well before. And that will also explain the next game, Grimsby versus Wolves. You've backed Wolves. I have gone for the brother Grimsby. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Or fool me, can't get fooled again. Oxford United versus Sunderland. You have gone Oxford. I have gone Sunderland. That is your shot in the dark. That is your brace yourselves game. Stoke City versus Fulham. We have both gone for Fulham. Arsenal versus Wigan. We have both gone for Arsenal. And the final game is the final disagreement. Monday night, 4th round, 16th of February. I have gone for Macclesfield and you have gone for Brentford. Now, out of all those teams that you have predicted to go through, which is Chelsea, Wrexham, West Ham, Mansfield, City, West Brom, Bristol, Southampton, Villa, Liverpool, Leeds, Wolves, Oxford, Fulham, Arsenal, Brentford. Who do you think Liverpool would get in the next round versus who would you hope to get out of those possible teams?
Who out of the ones that I've said will win? I mean, like Mansfield or something, ideally. Like someone who you just expect to... I mean, I know we expected to batter Barnsley, and we didn't necessarily. I know the score does, but Mansfield had won. But in terms of who I think we'd get, this has got like a... Because we get... Let's face it, right? I know this sounds like conspiracy tin hat wearing stuff, but we get shafted in cup draws. I really think we do, and I think if we beat them, we'll get a City away, or we'll get a Villa at home, or someone daft like that, and just it'll be a Premier League opposition. We are never ever lucky when it comes to cup draws, unless it's occasionally the Champions League where we get Porto every year. It feels like, and then we get Real Madrid.
Love a Porto game, by the way. I'll tell you now, Porto's a class game, just good vibes. I'm going to tell you now. I have a feeling if we get through, looking at my list, I think Liverpool are going to get Wrexham away.
I would love it.
I would hate that.
I love a Wrexham game.
I do not want to see Ryan. Listen, I love Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I do not want to see Rob McElhenney, or Rob Mack as he likes to be called now, celebrating against Liverpool. I'd struggle to watch season 18 of Always Sunny if that was the case.
It's Always
and
Sunny.
I'd never watch another.
It's
Always Sunny is fantastic. My tools. I can't do anything without my tools. Right, guys, it has been another wonderful episode of the Lewis and Mike Show, a show that is still yet to be unnamed. Sorry, it's still yet to be named. It is unnamed.
Yeah, we did pick something for it because everything I said had innuendo, so they got shafted right quick.
Yeah, his Lewis came up with one that was something like in behind, and I was like, yeah, that's just not going.
It was that's not space going well. In behind. It didn't work.
Space in behind, and I was just like, listen, if the show doesn't go well, that is that's just a mean way.
Squeaky bum time.
Squeaky bum time. Yeah, squeaky bum time. Again, not really a favorable one, is it? Great finish.
I think it's fine. Great finish.
Great finish. No. Oh God.
I think that'd be good.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of other innuendos we can think of, but let's try and avoid them. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining the show. This is obviously episode 3 of my long-standing attempt to take over Lewis's channel. Beyond the Kop. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. Make sure it's not your last time here. We really do appreciate it. And we will see you next week to react to our predictions. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you next Friday. Goodbye.